Hey guys, Sean Terry, how are you? I've got something super exciting for you here today. I'm standing here in front of the whiteboard and we are going to reveal what is to come in our first ever live event coming in Scottsdale, Arizona, the weekend of May 18th, 19th, and 20th. So, I can tell you this, I am super excited and we are going to, a little bit nervous I can tell you, but we are going to go through some unbelievable information in detail that you've never heard of before. And I can tell you this, when you come to a live event and you get to see other people that you've maybe saw on the website or you've listened to in their the podcast interviews, and you get to see them in real life and really what they're doing, and they're really real people, and be able to communicate with them, talk to them, and build a relationship with them, and then learn exactly what they did, I can tell you it's absolutely priceless. So what I'm going to do here is kind of go through what you're going to learn here in the over the weekend, and how detailed it is, and what we're going to go through. Now, first off, I got here, I'm going to show you exactly what it is, but first off, we've got phase one. Now, what is phase one? Phase one is getting your first check in 45 days or less. That is incredibly important because the bottom line is this, is that you have to go out and get results. So the goal is to go out and get your first check. Now, that first check, I can tell you, will give you the confidence and the excitement because I can tell you this, this portion right here about getting started, there is fear. What if it doesn't work? What if I can't make it happen? What if, what if I get a property under contract and I can't sell it? What if I can't find a title company to close it? And then you have your friends and family and relatives and coworkers and everybody saying, you can't sell a property you don't own. They just don't know. And I can tell you that when I got my first check for $11,008, it completely made all the difference in the world. So here in phase one, we are going to go through in detail specifics that it takes to go out and not know a thing about real estate, and having all those fears and be able to overcome those fears with a knowledge, specialized knowledge, in action to go out and get your first check and to get that results. Because, we have videos of guys when they get their, first checks, and I can tell you, they don't sleep the night before. They're so excited, right? And they get that check and they can't believe that it's actually theirs with their name on it that they can go and take to the bank in cash. So we are going to show you exactly how you can go out and be that person that goes out and gets a property under contract using no cash, no credit, no experience, and then turn around and flip that contract. You're flipping the paper. You're not actually, buying the property. You're flipping that contract and making the spread. Okay, so that is what phase one is about, is how to get your first check as fast as humanly possible. Now, phase two, right? Phase two we're going to talk about is how to amass 1 year's worth of income. Okay, because the whole premise behind the Flip to Freedom and the podcast is go out and get out of the rat race, get out of the job. So many people right now, they're getting in the car, they're waking up early, they're having to commute and go to work. They're stuck at a job all day and they feel that they have to stay late. I know I did, because I wanted to stay late because I wanted to impress the boss. And you have to stay late and you got this guilt feeling going on, but you're making too much money to just quit, right? Because of that whole security thing. So what this will do is show you how to work around your job and how to amass 1 year's worth of income, so then you have the option to quit. Okay? Now, picture this. Let's say, handful of months from now, you get 1 year's worth of income in the bank, and let's say you make $80,000 a year. You go out and get $80,000 of cash in the bank by flipping properties. You basically learn this, but you rinse and repeat, and you do it over and over again until you amass 1 year's worth of income, $80,000. Now, imagine you got $80,000 in the bank, and you've done it through flipping properties, through real estate investing. Your confidence level in your abilities to go out and do this over and over and over again is there. So now you can have the option to quit your job if you want, which is a phenomenal feeling. It puts you in a controlled position instead of being stuck in the rut and not having any place to go. So that is phase two. Now, phase three, okay, we're going to talk about here is quitting your job. Okay, so now think about this. Now you have 1 year's worth of income in the bank, and now you have the option to quit your job. So then you take that option. Okay, and you say, okay, I'm going to do it, and you set a date, and you say, I'm going to quit on so-and-so date. You know, let's call it September or whatever. I'm going to quit, and that's going to be your last day. Now, that day is scary because that day is going to come up, and now guess what? You're going to basically leave the office, leave work, and know that you don't have to go back. Now, you're going to have this exciting, exhilarating, opportunistic. You're going to be excited, but your stomach's going to be turning because you're going to be a little bit nervous because guess what? The next day you wake up, you don't have to go to work. You don't have to commute. You don't have to deal with your boss. You've got freedom. The freedom to do what you want, when you want to do it, with who you want to do it, right? So, but there is a fear of like, holy cow, and now I'm on my own. Now, I can tell you, once you get used to it, there is no way you can go back. My goal is to make you unemployable. You know what that means? That means there is no one else on the planet that can pay you as much as you're worth. And see, you'll learn that here, because here you're going to learn how to go out, and now you're going to quit your job, right? So now you have to run it like a business. What does it take to run this business on a daily operation? Do you need staff? What type of consistent mail campaigns do you use? What type of, lead generation do you have? What type of, software? What type of tools do you use to go out and really run this business to where you're systematically going out and doing 5, 7, 10, 15 deals a month? And I can tell you this. If you do 3 or 4 or 5 deals a month in this business, you're living large. I can tell you that right now. Now, if you do 10, 15 deals a month, you're making an absolute fortune, okay? And that's what we're going to show you. We're going to show you exactly how to go out from zero, right, to go out and amass 1 year's worth of income working around your job, and you're going to get to hear from people that have done this, using the principles in the Flip to Freedom Academy, using the principles I teach in the podcast, but have done this right here, and have done this. So you're going to get to hear from other people that have done that. And the thing is, once you get to this point right here, and you have an established business, and you know exactly where you're going, there is confidence here because guess what? Like I said, you're doing 10, 15 deals a month, you are making a fortune, and you are living large. Now, the fourth phase of freedom. These are the 4 phases of freedom right here. You go from zero, right, to $100,000 a year, and then beyond, okay? Now, how do you take 0 to 100,000 and 100,000 to $500,000? What does it take for you to go out in a business? What type of people do you need? What type of staff do you need? What type of marketing do you have to do? What type of business do you have to run? What's your expenses that are involved? What is needed to take your business from 100,000 to $500,000 and beyond? You can do millions of dollars and millions of dollars in obviously real estate. Now here is, I can tell you this, we're talking small numbers. We're talking $500,000 a year, $100,000 a year. There are way, way, way bigger numbers in real estate. I can tell you that right now. So we're talking about starting and then building your way up there to a successful business. Now, here in this particular phase, talking about scaling your business, what it takes to actually do it, what it takes from you to actually do it, and how to structure your business in a way to where you don't have to be there all the time. See, my goal when I first got started, flipping, I just wanted to make money. I wanted to make money to pay the bills. I want to make money to pay the bills. But once you get that covered, right, then you want to set up an operation to where it can run whether you're there or not. Now, I've read the book, obviously Think and Grow Rich, but the one from Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Work Week, it talks about how to structure your business to where you don't have to be involved. Well, that's what we're going to talk about here. And the 4th phase is exactly how to have and operate $100,000 or $500,000 or $1 million a year business, flipping houses, right? But not having to be involved in the day-to-day operation because you have a team, and it doesn't have to be 10 people. Right? It can be a couple people that can help you run your business to accomplish that. Now we're going to talk about the important part. This is all the how-to stuff. This is how to, where do you market? where are the who are the best sellers? What type of list? What type of marketing material? How to use Google AdWords? The entire process, squeeze pages, what to say, how to do it. This is the meat. The meat. This is the total meat of exactly what it takes to go from nothing to immensely successful, and not only changing your future, but change your children's future, right? This is all the meat. This is the how-to. But here's the thing. There is the how-to in the business and the meat and the action side of it, right? And then there is you, right? You, because you can take all this how-to information, and I've seen it, and then people go apply it, but there's something missing. They just can't make it work. And the reason is because of who they are, their thoughts, what they do, and if you mix it, it doesn't work. See, what happens is this. If this right here is all the how-to, and you have all the information, you have all the knowledge, and this is pulling you in this direction, which is success, and then your mental thoughts and the way you live life, if this is pulling you this way, you're never going to have success. And it's funny because people ask me, it says, how do you do so many deals? How do you get deals that nobody else gets? How do you continue to rock the house? And it's because once you have both of these in line, and you have the how-to down, and you also have the mental, spiritual, that whole aspect, and you're going in the same direction, it's like having a raft and putting it in a fast-moving river, and then put a raft in the river, and then you go downstream. See, if you know the how-to and you don't get this part of it, right, the you part of it, guess what? It's like going upstream. Now imagine this fast-moving river that's going just blowing down, and you take your raft, and you have your paddle, and you're trying to go upstream. It's going to be difficult, isn't it? Well, what I'm going to show you in this particular aspect right here is the mental side of it, right? The spiritual side of it, and the law of attraction. Because once you get this triangle effect and you work with the 4 phases of freedom, then you will literally turn your raft downstream and you will get to success as fast as lightning speed. It will change overnight. Because the bottom line is this. If your thoughts, what you think and what you say and how you feel are going against, right, what your actions are, you're going upstream. You're going upstream and you're struggling. Now, maybe you've been trying to do real estate. Maybe you've listened to my podcast or read my book, and maybe you're trying to do it, but it's just not working. Well, guess what? You might be going upstream. You might have the information, but you don't have the mental side of it, the spiritual side, and the law of attraction side of it to go out and take your boat and turn it downstream. What we are going to do is in this training here, and I call it Extreme Freedom, we are going to teach you how to turn your boat downstream so then you can go with the flow and you will get to success faster than you can possibly imagine. And it because of your mental. Mental is incredibly important. We got to dissect what you're thinking, right? What you're thinking predominantly on a daily basis. Then it becomes spiritual, right? There are spiritual laws of success that you can invoke in part of your business and in your life to get unbelievable success, right? And if you don't apply this, going upstream. It's going to be difficult. It's a struggle. You're going upstream. And then understanding specifically the law of attraction and how it works in your life and how you can apply it in your life. Law of attraction is a very, it's almost you have to fine-tune your internal guidance and your internal being, and it is very difficult to do. It's taken me years and years to be able to fully understand how this works, right? But the bottom line is once you understand how these two work together and then you tie in the spiritual law of success, there's nothing you can't accomplish. I can tell you that right now. If you put your mind to it, you want to make it happen, and you align with it, and you put your raft downstream, it's amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to show you exactly, specifically where you need to be from a law of attraction standpoint to go out and get success. Now, the last and final thing is this. is that we are going to talk about wealth building. Okay, because this right here, we're talking about flipping properties. Flipping properties is where you get a property under contract, you turn around and sell it, you make a $10,000 profit. You do that 10 times in a month, and you make $100,000 a month. Okay, so that's what this is talking about. This right here is talking about how to, how to accomplish that as fast as humanly possible, but aligning yourself so your raft is going downstream. But this right here, wealth building cash flow properties. And this could be multi-unit properties, this could be land, this could be anything. But the bottom line is that how can you, with this I call cash stick, because you're going to get a lot of cash coming in. Let's say you have $10,000 in overhead or $10,000 in bills. And let's say this generates $50,000 a month. Well, guess what? You have $40,000 of cash stick. Well, you're not going to invest that in the stock market. No, real estate, right? You're not going to invest it in gold or something like that. What you're going to do is you're going to take that money and you're going to be able to invest it in cash flow properties, but to specifically know exactly what works and what not works so you can take the absolute minimal risk to credit and cash, and you can build this to where you can have properties that are producing $10,000, $15,000 a month of cash flow, whether you wake out of bed. So here's the deal with this. Imagine this. Imagine, a couple of years from now, or 3, 4, 5, 7 years from now, whatever, and you have X amount of properties, 10, 15 properties, and those properties are producing cash flow through rents, right, every single month, or notes, or whatever it might be, and that money's coming in whether you wake out of bed. What type of confidence, security, listen, if you want to go play golf on a Thursday, call me. I'll play. You want to go play golf on a Thursday? Why? Because you've got tenants that are basically telling you your lifestyle. And you're increasing your wealth through appreciation, right? And, you bought the property, right? Because you understand how to find deep discount properties. So this is the core to where you can have a game plan, a roadmap, and a blueprint to start from absolutely nothing and turn around and go through the entire process and build wealth to where you have 10,000, 15, 20, 30, who knows? It doesn't matter. I mean, you could build a portfolio of 4, 5, or 6, or 700 units, and you can have $50,000 a month of revenue coming in, whether you wake out of bed or not. You have a management company manage them, and you're getting checks every single month. That's where we are going in this training. I have not covered this anywhere before. We're going to go in detail. We're going to go specifics. You're going to be able to ask questions, right? And it's going to be phenomenal. And I'm so excited because this is our first one. And I'm telling you, I'm going to hold nothing back. I am known for holding nothing back. But this, we're going to go through in detail exactly the entire global aspect of what you need to do to accomplish a phenomenal life. And have your life go downstream. And everything you touch turns to gold. Why does that happen? It's amazing. And it's because of this right here and doing the right things. So, let's talk about this weekend. It's the 18th, 19th, actually the 18th. We're doing a mixer in the Tesoro room. I booked this basically blocked off this killer, it's like a restaurant lounge type of thing. It's awesome. I booked that just for our group. That's Friday night, May 18th. And you that are going to be able, I'll be there. We'll get to mingle with the 5 Barons Clubs member. They're going to be there. Those guys are going to be there, so you're going to be able to talk to them. I'll be there. And then all my staff will be there. It's going to be phenomenal. Okay, that's on Friday nights. It's like a little mixer, networking, get to know everybody, and have some fun. Then on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, we start bright and early. And we are going to go through all these different things that we just talked about, okay, in detail. We're going to have a breakout lunchtime there. It's going to be phenomenal. And then on Sunday, we are going to go through, we're going to start again at 10 o'clock, and then we're going to go till, 7 or 8 o'clock that night. But we are going to be there. Now, what's going to happen is that we're going to cover all this information, but also, too, my 5 Barons Club members are going to be there, okay? And they're going to talk about specific details when it comes to seller financing. We're going to be talking about specifically on HUD homes and how to flip HUD homes. And you're going to hear from, actually, Mike and Randy who flip HUD homes and also do fix and flip properties, too, in their business. You're going to hear from George, who specializes in seller financing. You're going to hear from Eric, who's going through this process right now and going going through his step by step and almost like what he has done to go through this. You know, and you're going to learn to hear from Philly Mike, who's actually in Philly, and you're going to learn from him on how he scaled his business from zero. And he was struggling. He had a hard time in the beginning. He got started. He started applying this into his business, the law of attraction, mental and spiritual, and then he skyrocketed. He went out and did $85,000 in revenue in a matter of 7 months, and he's going to explain in detail exactly how he did that. So you're going to learn from the 5 Barron's Club members. You're going to learn from me. Obviously, I'm going to be there, and it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's in Scottsdale, and it's you know, Scottsdale is great, and it's just walking distance from the Scottsdale Fashion Square, and the grounds are phenomenal. They have a beautiful pool, they have beautiful restaurants, great hotel rooms, and it's going to be in May. It's going to be a blast. So you know, you'll be able to register by clicking the link below that pops up there, and then there's also hotel in details information and travel information like that. But here's the deal. What does it cost? It's $50. It's $50. And the reason why I'm charging so cheap is $50 is because it's my first time ever doing this, ever doing a live event, and I'm super excited to be able to do it, and I want a lot of people to participate. The only issue is that we only have 100 spots. The hotel itself, the ballroom that I reserved, only holds 100 people. You know, so that's it. Once we hit 100, that's it. Okay. Now, if you are a Flip to Freedom Academy member, right? If you are a Flip to Freedom Academy member, then you'll have to register. You'll pay the $50, and if you're a member, you will be reimbursed the $50 at the event. Okay. Now, if you're not a Flip to Freedom Academy member and you want to go, then it's $50. If you are a Flip to Freedom Academy member, then you'll get reimbursed. Okay. So that is what we are going to talk about. It's going to be a phenomenal event. It's going to be an absolute blast. I'm telling you, here in Scottsdale at that time of year, it's in May coming up. It's getting a little bit warm, but guess what? It's awesome. It's going to have a blast. And we're going to cover everything. I'll answer questions until I'm blue in the face. But not only will you learn this business, but you will leave a more confident person. You will leave a more inspired person, and you will leave a more motivated person. Because once you are done this training, you will know that you can accomplish this no matter what. And all it takes then, because you will have the knowledge, and you will know exactly the steps of what it takes, right? It's just going out and doing it, right? It's just going out and actually doing it. So that's what we are going to cover. It's going to be phenomenal, and I cannot wait to have you there. So click the registration below. It's $50. Sign up, and first 100 people have access to it. After that, you know, this page goes away. So I do apologize. We can't overbook it. I don't have extra rooms. There's no extra rooms I can book. That's it. And I apologize for the next event we do. If we ever do a next event, I don't know. We will try to get some more rooms. But anyways, the bottom line is this, is that May 18th weekend, get registered, and we will see you in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. Take care, and God bless.